The Path, Kriya Yoga with Goswami Kriyananda, is a series of discussions that can help you change your life. If you're looking for inspiration, information on everything from meditation to reincarnation, this is a series for you. Thanks for watching.
Kriyananda, hi.
Hi.
I hear we have some big, nasty astrological stuff coming up. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, there are no big, bad astrological stuffs coming up. They're just events which we will say, oh, we're going to call these really bad. Yes, there is a very 243-year cycle, something like that. It's a Pluto planet. It's no longer a planet. It's been downgraded a planetoid. We'll show is entering Capricorn. The last time it happened was about 1778 or something like that. The American Revolution, the fall of British power in the Western Hemisphere, not the New World if you prefer. The movement of Russia into Hawaii. Hawaii established some bases, trading bases there. A lot happened. After it happened, there were some good things happening. If you go back another cycle, I think it was a pretty bad period also. It was followed by the Enlightened Age, or the Age of Enlightenment. So we're going through a difficult cycle. Been going through it for about a year and a half when Pluto first entered, and it went back and goes back in again. In simple terms, Pluto individually is one subconscious mind. Capricorn, symbolically, individually, is our structured being. You know, if in the personal realm, it means my subconscious mind and my conscious mind are into a battle of who's going to rule, and it's going to be hard to neutralize it easily. If we look at it from a larger standpoint, collectively, then we talk about countries and civilizations and such. Capricorn is Uncle Sam, because it'll strong, thin, skinny person, which is a Capricorn symbol. It's not England so much, which is John Bull, the tar and bull belly, you know. And so Pluto rules the 8th house, which is a house of finances, the house of insurance companies, trading companies, all of these interesting, other people's money is the word they usually use as a catchphrase. And obviously, you know, if you've been watching it, if one has been watching it for a year or so, you could see it coming. When Pluto conjuncted the new moon, that's quite some time ago, the Dow dropped 300 points that day, and that was the key signal. And so it indicates that structures, governments around the world, and new structures are coming in. And so there's going to be some really, has been, but they haven't even begun to see the changes yet. I wouldn't call it bad. I'd just say it's going to be a challenge. You know, and my attitude, because most people are seeing it in terms of finances, they're not seeing it in terms of personal freedom or other things. My mother, in terms of finance, say whenever there's a problem, what a wonderful opportunity to advance yourself, or to improve civilization, or to improve yourself. I would prefer to learn the easier way, the pleasant way, rather than the ouchy way, as I call it. But yeah, it's a toughie. People who have been preparing for it, people who are self-disciplined, I don't think will have too much trouble. In the Depression, when the country was just being established, there were a lot of people making lots of money. A lot of people went bankrupt, a lot of companies, but people made money, people who are aware that this is an opportunity. In exactly the same way, as disastrous as it is, and probably as it probably will be for many people, it is an opportunity. It's just like the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, which had nothing to do with Pluto directly, more millionaires were made during that depressional period than any time in American history. In the same way, this cycle, there will be more trillionaires made, or billionaires, I'm sorry, billionaires made during this difficult period. The rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. The name hasn't changed much. Names change, but the pattern is always the same. So I don't know, is that specific enough, or do you have another
It's
specific
very helpful.
question?
Yeah, I have another question.
Yeah.
You say that people who are balanced and have prepared for this probably won't suffer too much.
Not at all, maybe.
What about the rest of us?
The rest of us. I think another way of saying it, I'm not trying to butter it, people who can, the key words in yoga, adjust, adapt, acclimatize, adjust, adapt, acclimatize, adjust, adapt, acclimatize. People who can do that will be fine. But it is tough times, you know. Greed has taken over the economy and has for a long time. And, you know, I can say it, I think, you know, the banks will be fine, the insurance companies will be fine. However, none of that money is going back to the people who lost their money. That is the big problem. It's karma. It's not right or wrong. It's just karma.
Uh-huh.
The only protection we have in this world is the karma, good karma that we have built in the past. Adjusting, adapting, acclimatizing to people, to life, you know, swaying with it, flowing with it, is the secret of survival.
You say adjust, adapt, acclimatize, and yet for a lot of people that's really hard. Hard for them to get their spirits, their lives around. Why is it so hard for some people?
That's a good question. Let me think. Okay, I thought. It's about quit trying to change everybody, but start changing yourself. Quit getting so involved and trying to tell everybody how they should live their life. Turn around in consciousness and begin to live one's life. It's called self-discipline. It's called self-denial. It's called detachment. It's called wisdom, gaining these things. It's not that hard. All one has to do is wanna. People don't wanna. When everybody's running, making billions and millions of dollars and unbelievable fortunes in a 4-hour period, everybody feels, well, where's my share?
Yeah.
And they seem to have felt, that, well, if they can do it, I can do it, and so they're living on their credit cards. You know, it's not the way to live. You know, everybody says buy, 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 because the person who's saying buy, buy, buy is benefiting, and we just have to stop and think and say, is this in my best interest?
A lot of people are afraid.
Oh yeah.
What advice can you give us for dealing with, you know, the fear as we see this tidal wave coming?
Well, I have to go to my own philosophy, which may not be everybody's philosophy. I've been down here quite a few 100,000 times. I think we all have. And we're going to probably, most of us, certainly myself, are going to be down here another few 100,000 times before I break free and move up to a higher level of living spiritually, okay? It's like life is a 7-story building, all right? And we're all in the sub-basement. But it's one building, it's one life. But we can move up to the restaurant. Forgive me, I must be hungry. You can move up to the restaurant with all this good Japanese food, okay? The key point, to answer your question, is it seems to me that this which we're going through, we have gone through many times before, and in my philosophy, I will be going through it again and again and again. And so I need to solve the problem now, so the next time, and the next 20 times it happens, I will be prepared. Life is a series of hurdles, and we have to know how to jump the first one. And if we fall, we have to realize, what have I done wrong, or what can I do differently, so the next hurdle can be more masterful and without falling down and skinning yourself and winning the race. If I can use symbolically, winning the race is learning to be sane and to be happy.
We've been talking to Goswami Kriyananda at the Temple of Kriya Yoga in Chicago.